add me to the stage. Welcome, welcome in. Good to see you all here. I wasn't able to, I don't know, I can't seem to find my opening. Oh, put my other ear on, that'll help. Couldn't quite find my other, my opening video, that my little ad that I like to do. It was like I'm sitting here going, I cannot find it for the life of me. So, and then there was a few other little things that were kind of going wrong and whatnot. But while everybody's kind of getting in, I'm going to add onto the stage Miss Robin Gardens. So please give her a big round of applause. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome. Oh, don't put you up. Put you back down. Okay, just me. She wasn't ready. And that's okay, because basically I'm, appearing to not be ready. But I do want to thank you all for coming in, and also thank you to our members. And I like to have our little ticker tape at the bottom, all the people that monthly support Diva in the Dirt channel. So I do appreciate you. And so I love to have a little shout out for you all while you are as people are coming in. And we will just go and say hello to Passamaquoddy. You are here and on time. Welcome, welcome. And of course, Jay from Ecology. Oh, I can't say it. Ecology. Nope. Don't even try it. Welcome, Jay. Good day from Huron County, Midwestern Ontario. She's another Canadian in the lee of the Lake Huron. Oh, Robin had to get her sound right. So you've got your sound right. Can I bring you back up? Okay. Oh, yeah. I see down there. I'm getting the okay. So once again, please, a round of applause for Miss Robin Gardens.
I had the pesky YouTube volume on, and I one-handed it's not that easy.
No, it's like, oh, dang nabbit, I gotta shut that down. I gotta get that going. Oh yeah, I gotta. I'll give myself a headache. I gotta switch my glasses out. I did get my eyes checked this past week.
You did?
So I did. So I get to have one more. I get to go up one. I think they said is what is going to take place. So that's awesome. Ecology. Ecology.
Ecology today.
Ecology today. Yes. Thank you. I know I've said it right in the past, but I'm living on, and not that I'm trying to make excuses, but like we're going to be having renovations done in our bathroom. And so I said to Marissa, I said, you're going to be the project magader. And it was like, nope, could not manager, the project manager for it. Project manager. And, it's like, so yes, I am extremely exhausted. And actually, Marissa is doing it too, where it's like, we get most of the word out. And so you know what the word is, but you don't end up pronouncing it correctly. I had my niece here and her 3 little daughters. So there was a lot of action happening. And if you were on if you were listening in on the live earlier today with Muddy Puddles Farm, they were in behind me at the dining room table playing skip bow, and so we did get them to move into the living room where it's quieter. And with the passing of my dad, that's a full-time. There are 6 of us that are working on it all together. But some people, they like to work on it with just speaking about it and telling people what to do. And then there's some that are, running really hard, and I'm putting my hand up a little bit to help. And so that also is another exhausting thing, as well as, full-time caregiver with my mom. So anyways.
That interview with Joe this afternoon was awesome.
Oh, so thank you.
Who hasn't seen that yet, do go back.
Yes.
And check it out.
Yes. I agree. Like, she's such an inspiration. And just, yeah, she's just an inspiration. She's so calm. And and like I said, it's like when people just like enjoy the journey, but you're listening to someone. Okay, here's how I journeyed, and then it makes you go, oh, okay, so I am on the journey, and quit kicking myself, but also to become, instead of me going, the journey is, I'm actually embrace aspects of the journey that I'm not into this full time yet, that I still have some breathing room, but use these things to learn, which is great. So Miss Sharon, good to see you. Yes, please, which I think earlier today, I don't even think I have I don't even have the live up to make sure that you are, I'm running I did 2 lives today, which is like unheard of for me, but I've done three gigs all at, in a day. I've done 3 gigs and all sorts of things in the past and whatever. So I'm going to make sure that I get my top chat, live chat. And I think I'm hoping I clicked the button that said for when people watch again, because there is a button that you need to click to say, to make sure that the chat comes up again, as well. So, I like to make sure that that comes on as well. But who knows? Oh, here, and I should I should also like my own video to give myself an extra like, and to remind all you to like and share as well. That's another important thing. I'm just going to move that, and look at that, like and subscribe, ding ding. New little thing that StreamYard has added in, which I think is cool, and I meant to put it on for Joe, but mind you, I'm wanting to go and like and subscribe to her.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what was the takeaway for you with that? Was there anything that was kind of like, fabulous?
Well, just, her demeanor is so incredible because she's had a lot of adversity getting that property up and going. And oh my gosh, all the rain that they get, just, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to go today. Oh, wait, there's animals, Oh, I'm feeling sick today. Oh, there's animals, And those pigs, I mean, if you haven't seen her channel, Kevin and Ava, her pigs, are so dang cute. They're like lap dogs that weigh hundreds of pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I love, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
So good. That's so good. Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's her demeanor, and it just calms you. It calms me down, and lets me feel like, I'm sure there's days where she's like, "Wah!" Like the rest of us. But I feel like I'm that 24/7 personally. I feel like I'm always, "Wah!" or I'm slumped over because if I sit still long enough and not talking, I'm asleep. So yeah, it's yeah. Oh, you got a pretty scarf tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what Jay said. Looks like you have a nice new scarf tonight.
Because I only have like 4 or 5 tops that I can wear, so we have to jazz it up with what we can, right?
Yeah, exactly. And how are you feeling?
No sling. No sling.
Oh, right. So that's good.
So my bone is knitting. And I start PT next week.
Oh my goodness.
The arm is pretty useless still. I can't do much with it, but
yeah, absolutely.
It's moving in the right direction.
Yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to invite our second co-host for tonight, Carol Woods. Round of applause. Here she is.
Out of my computer before we started tonight. Sorry, so I'm having computer glitches. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, I made sure today before doing my interview with Muddy Puddles Farm was to make sure stop the computer, restart it, close down as many, because because right now I'm also looking for hearing tests for my mom. We just did our eye test, and then I've also got to
Oh.
do a denture thing. And then, we're doing, we've got to make the bathroom more accessible. So I have all of these tabs up so that I don't lose them.
Yes, I have a bunch from last night that I just like,
Mhm.
I'm not ready to close that yet. I wanted to read that. Hey,
Uh-huh.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Carol. Good to see
Thank
you
you.
here. Sorry that I missed last night, but
Oh, you're
with the
fine.
niece and the three littles, it was like, and I
Yes, I
heard
heard
that,
them today.
uh, yes, and there was a cookie meltdown in the kitchen.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
tell you, I made a batch of pumpkin doodles. Like
yum.
pumpkin schnickerdoodles.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Oh, I shouldn't say that to my 2 keto friends right now, should I?
I was actually going to show and I forgot. I left it. I found a keto cereal, so it makes me feel like I'm cheating. I mean, I kind of am.
Mm,
It's really considered dirty keto because it's not really
yeah,
on the diet, but it's a
yeah,
protein cereal. So,
yeah. But
and
it's
it's
but it's
chocolate. You need something.
yes, you do. And so if it makes you feel like you're cheating or not, or it makes you feel like you're eating normal,
Yeah,
then that makes you feel better, where you don't
yeah.
feel like I can't have anything,
It, yeah,
anything. I can have water.
I know. That's how you do.
Mhm.
You start overthinking things. But
Yes, you do.
Robin, you're fine. Everybody's eating stuff like that. Are you kidding?
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
got, Passamaquoddy is a baker basically, and she's always shooting pictures up that she made big ziti, and it's the cheese melted all over the pasta and stuff.
Mhm.
Hey, hey, Albertas. Hey, Jonesy. Good to see you. Hey, Homestead Aquarius. I saw you.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is nice. I'll just be Carol Woods. I have no channel. My name is just Carol Woods.
Well,
I'm not
I
sure how to fix it once it's up there.
yeah.
I feel
I think you
so.
gotta go back out and re-enter the
Is that
studio.
what I have to do? I
Yeah.
probably
No, I
should do that,
think
or
you can.
no? How do I
I don't
do
know.
it? I'm not sure either. Here,
I've
wait.
noticed
We
I've
have
only
to
ever
need help. How do I
yeah.
change? Let me see. What is that even called? Your what? Your title on the page? What is that? Do
I think
I
you can change it.
change my name?
I think you can change it. Yeah, edit name.
Edit name. Is
Yeah,
it
it's
there?
right. It like if you go look, you've got the three little dots with your microphone with your picture? No.
Oh no, that's you as the hostess. You might be able to do it for me.
Yes.
Maybe you could just help me out there.
Sure.
Because it still does on yours. Like when we bring up StreamYard, it connects me to some random channel I don't even know I have. It doesn't connect me to mine on the StreamYard side. Thank you. I
You're
don't feel so
welcome.
naked now.
There you go.
Sorry, I've got like a little bite or something that's like
Well,
an outside.
yeah. So it looks like I can change it. I can change anybody's name, whatever I want it to be. How exciting is that?
Oh. So did you bring some to show and tell so you could make us drool some more of those
Oh, I should have
pumpkin
brought the bread.
snickerdoodles?
Bread.
Yeah,
Oh
go
yeah,
get
oh
it.
yeah, Robin snickerdoodles. No, all my bread is wrapped up, but
Oh,
um,
so pretty.
I didn't have very many orders, and so I just did 4, and then I
Okay.
ended up getting, um, you know, another order, and then I always give one to my pastor. Well,
Yeah.
I cut when I shaped them at about
Hmm.
820 to 25 um, grams per loaf. Well, I don't know what was happening in the magic world of the dough. Um, they were all 875. So
Oh.
875 grams. So definitely well over 2 pounds per loaf, and
Oh,
they were
sorry.
just huge.
I just tried to open your channel and it went right on to volume and your,
Oh,
yeah.
we didn't hear it. So
Yep.
yeah, Robin, do you have the snickerdoodle so for us to see and look at and drool?
So wait,
This
I wanted to go back to that. You just said
okay, I
it
can
doubled before you even cooked it. Like it almost gave them
oh,
a whole loaf and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
well,
lucky.
820 to 875 per loaf is what everybody got.
Nice for them.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry,
Hmm.
Robin. I just was caught up with the computer stuff, but
Hmm.
oh, she's
Oh,
gonna get
geez.
them. Oh, good. I'll show.
Hmm.
I have show and tell too, but it's laughable.
Awesome.
Hey, bow
That's
tie.
awesome. I have no show and tell, so I will like bring up our banner of it's show and tell time.
I love
Woohoo!
show and tell.
I
Yeah,
should
because
have
I
some.
didn't do any of my Vine stuff, but this isn't. I think one thing is Vine,
Mm,
but I'm only showing the one thing because it's such a contrast to the other. Is this your? You playing with those? Those are
I
cute.
am. I think they're kind of cool. It just wish that I could bring them in at the exact right time. So, well, that laugh went for a long, long time. So, very
That's
good.
cute. Yeah, they
Uh-huh.
kicked out all my settings too. I noticed. Go ahead. Oh, yummy. Those look
I'll just
delicious.
sample it and make sure.
Yeah, just
Yes.
test it
Quality
for us.
control, please. We need some
Mm-hmm.
quality control. So, what do you do to make a pumpkin
Go to
snickerdoodle?
Trader Joe's and get the mix. Full disclosure.
That's honest.
Oh,
Little self-sufficiency with the box mix from Trader Joe's.
oh my
Mhm,
God.
mhm.
Yeah, I found
Yeah.
them
Oh.
in the back in the pantry, and I was like, and Elle was like, "I love you all over again" after I made them.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Bowtie Life. I appreciate that. I really feel that it was a great show, and I'm really hopeful that people will come to the live and watch it, and then go and subscribe to Joe
Yeah.
Muddy Puddles Farm, because she just is such an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So,
She's so lovely. Oh, what's
So
that?
mhm.
here's show and tell.
Yeah.
Mm,
So these are my, what I've been packaging up for the Door County Seed Library. This is a wonk of 50 seeds packets.
Wow.
And these are the Dill Ducat. But yeah, so I've been doing that. And yesterday I got the comfrey salve. Miss
Oh,
Sharon was saying
good.
it's time to start using it.
Uh-huh.
mhm.
This one, it was because so many of them have so many different ingredients, and I do have a few allergies. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want one that's got comfrey and not much else. So this one has the comfrey, beeswax, and olive oil.
Oh, pretty safe. Yeah. That's great.
Mm,
So, I don't have to worry about, other
And
interactions
right.
and it's been
mhm.
fine. The first thing I did was put some on one hand and go for half a day with that just to make sure that, I didn't have any kind of a reaction.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's been going great. And, it has a little bit of an odor, but not much at all.
Right.
Mm, mhm.
Right. From the
A
green.
wonk is what unit of measurement?
Well, I kind of use it for a lot of different.
Just depends. It depends on where the word is put. And so wonk in this
Yeah.
instance means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny though. It says apply as desired to area 3 times a day or as needed.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna. No, she purchased it, I think, right, Robin? Bow tie wants to know if you made it.
I did. I wanted to go to, well, I couldn't make it right now anyway.
Yeah.
Because, I'm under snow. But I wanted to go like to Whole Foods or something. But I'm just trying to, honestly, Al's been going out and doing anything that we needed to do. And I've just not, because the thought of getting sick right now.
Right.
And then coughing or sneezing with the shoulder.
Mm.
And if I have gone out, I've worn a mask, and so he's wearing a mask too.
Yeah.
Just trying to mitigate it. Yeah, the flu's been going around, I guess, quite heavily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that too, and definitely don't want it. Yeah, Miss Sharon makes hers too, and sometimes she adds shea butter. You used it and made it with cocoa butter instead, because shea can sometimes pill in your when you're making salves. So I was a little concerned about the shea, but if you use it, Miss Sharon, I'll have to try.
I usually use shea in all of my little salve things that I make.
Yeah, it melts pretty
Shea.
well. I've heard it can be temperamental compared to some of the others.
No, it melts. It melts well. The little beeswax usually.
Hmm.
I kind of tend to use almond oil versus
Yeah, almond's
like
good.
olive oil.
Right, almond's good.
Yeah, that one doesn't. Almond oil doesn't, of course, work for me because of my allergy to it.
Right.
This is way too much for me. So yeah, that's something that I can add in there. So, Carol, do you have your show and tell?
I do. Okay. So first thing is from Vine because I didn't get to show any Vine stuff last night. And I'm showing this thing from Vine because it's a contrast to the second thing I'm going to show you that I bought myself. Woohoo. Okay. So if you don't know what Vine is a special program through Amazon that you're invited into to pick from a Vine store that they set up, and you do honest reviews for basically free products, but the products are selected. Like you don't get to go all over Amazon, just choose what you want. So they had these cute little ornaments, so you could do like a little Valentine's tree if you weren't ready to take down your Christmas tree.
Oh,
They're little wooden
neat.
ones, and they all have like little Bible verses, so it's like a Christian version of, they're really sweet. Like love always protects,
Yes.
always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres, and that's from 1 Corinthians 13:7. So different ones, like you get maybe 4 of each, and then they have like a smaller white heart, and then they give you like this I always forget, like this type of twine for jute. They give you the jute to do it with. So sweet, so lovely. And then I purchased for myself this week because I'm so tired of the weeds that come up in my pavers. I'm going to burn the suckers and send them straight to HE double hockey sticks.
Mama got a propane torch. She's got the big stuff, big toys.
This is the big boy. I can use it with multiple situations, but I'm using it with my big tank in this.
She's
wow.
Because
I use mine with the little tank.
Names.
Yes, I'm gonna kick the butts and take the names, but there won't be no more names because they'll be burnt. They'll be all burnt up.
You've got to wear it with your boots. Your like hiker boots. Do not go out there in any other kind of footwear. Don't go in plastic footwear or gym shoes, or wear your hikers.
I don't have hikers because we're in Florida and people don't walk around looking like all of a sudden they're gonna go on a spontaneous hike like they do up north.
Okay.
We don't dress that way. So I'm trying to think, like, what do I have that's like, okay, I have some black like boots that are like, I guess I could wear
leather.
Yes,
that's good. Because you just
leather. I don't know.
You don't want to go out there in your jimmies or your thongs or a plastic pair of shoes.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I'm pretty handy. I'm not gonna melt
DCB says, "Oh yeah, those are cool, hot,
fun stuff." Now this is the other thing I got. I had texted Robin to ask which things she had because they offer 2. First, this is for the green stock. These are things you can add on later. And I realized I wanted something in case, my plants needed support. So they actually send them in these cute reusable bags to store away. But I don't know if I'll be using them to store away. I'm not sure if I can even open their cute little slip knot the way they did it. But what they are, Robin, do you want to say what this is called? I forget the name of this support.
It's a plant support. It goes all the way around the whole thing.
Yeah.
Those are the pieces that go around the edge, and then there's a piece that goes
inside
the center between 2 pockets, and then goes out.
It'll look like that.
It'll look like that.
Oh.
So,
I used it. Yeah, I used it for my tumbler tomatoes to keep them from sagging down into the next pockets.
Right.
Now, do you have
Tumbling
to
down
pre?
too much.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Diva. What?
Prevent them from the tumbling tomatoes from tumbling too much.
Right.
Exactly.
It kept them level like this rather than down. That worked perfectly. Did you end up ordering those little ones?
I've got 3 of those, what we just showed, because it was cheaper to get 3 rather than the one. They do like a deal with the 3.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
then I got those things like you and I were talking about. I'll show those. Those are right here. These are the
'Cause I don't have.
trellises for individual
Ah,
pockets. They're not very
Mm.
large, but I guess it's good because it keeps them from overshading what's
yeah.
below.
Mhm.
And I don't know how many packets I got of those. I think I just
Wow.
got
All right.
2 of the
I'm
3.
definitely thinking about getting those too.
All right,
Bow
and
tie,
then
have you used those?
huh?
I wonder if bow ties used them, or anybody in the chat. Have you used
Yeah.
those before?
Has anybody used any of these accessories from Greenstock with their Greenstock before? The other accessory I also got, because I just wanted to have all the things and be ready to go, even though sometimes the Greenstocks don't do fantastic down this far south. I've got the germination domes, and I thought these would be good because at least they might deter the rats from climbing up and stealing
Okay.
my seeds.
Yeah.
So those are kind of cool. And then the last thing I got, because it is South Florida, this is basically keep out the rats. I got these. They look at how cute they wrapped them. This is so cute. I love how they wrap them. But these are for insects, and they're not a typical tool. They're very tight. It kind of remind
The
me the
woven fabric.
stiffness. Yeah, the fabric. I'm trying to get it out. I don't.
So it's
It
like a agrelon or one
it's
of those
Yeah, it
Oh,
reminds me of what
paper
wow.
we used to
tabs.
call
Oh,
horsehair when we would make bridal dress. Well, I didn't make them, but when I would sell bridal dresses, we had a fabric called horsehair. It's almost as stiff as the horsehair on the rim of like a bridal dress to make it lay down. But what it's really, really a nice tight, like it's not going to rip really easy is what I like.
Mhm. You
So
can see the quality.
it's really good quality, but I mean, these are like $50 a piece. So
well, I mean,
my
if they're heavy like that, they'll last for a few
for
years.
for a while
Mhm.
they'll definitely, but I mean with our bug population, I needed something and I didn't feel like messing with just tulle and rolling it over top. These are specifically made for the green stalk to fit. And then I'm imagining the holes, like the eyelets, are so you can tie it down below however you want to,
Mhm.
Okay.
because they have a zipper down the side. So the whole thing fits over like a bag that you zip up, kind of like the tree,
Mhm.
the things for frost for trees. It's kind of like that. But then the eyelets are on the bottom to tighten it down.
So they have a new base for the green stock, and it's specifically been designed for indoors, so it captures the water.
These are all
Mm.
green stock DCBs. He asked what brand.
Okay. And it has a little drawer where the water
What I have.
collects, and you can empty it or put it back, in the top of the green stock. And it's
Mhm.
on sale right now. I've seen it on multiple channels for like just under $40. It would only price for
Mm.
$60. And
Yeah.
if you use one of those channels codes, you can get
Good.
extra off as well.
Oh,
So if
I
Mhm.
anyone's in the market for one of those,
I have like for plants something like that, and I thought it was so awkward because I'm like, what if I don't remember to empty that, and that's just going to breed mosquitoes in my area? That's the only thing I would have a problem with the drawer.
it's meant for indoor. So if you want to use
Oh,
your green stock indoor.
indoor. Oh, okay. I still would probably forget that it's there. Knowing me. Knowing me, I forget the drawer. Oh, the magic drawer. We forgot it again. It looks disgusting. That's what the smell is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, those are cool. I have plant movers or whatever, and they have the little drawer. And I was like, how is that going to work in Florida? But I'll get it anyway because it's free for the plant
Mhm.
moving, Those plant
Yes.
movers get expensive.
Oh, some of them are
Yes.
ridiculously expensive, and they're ridiculously expensive for not high quality.
Right. And these were like pretty good quality, like, and had the ball,
Mhm.
the rollers underneath and everything, and it was covered, like it was a good quality. But the drawer was like, what am I
Yes.
gonna do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
don't open the drawer, DCB says. hmm Right, it's growing a
I think
third
that's going to
plant.
be great because you just showed, I don't have a green stock, but people who do, these are all extra accessories, and no harm in making some videos to show them, what you've got in action. So that's awesome
Right.
to have
I
some great footage to show
thought,
people.
yeah, I thought I would be filling this today. Well, right now I have no footage left on my phone, and I need my daughter to help me hook up the hard drive and figure out that whole situation. Like, they'll
Hmm.
take it off the computer because it goes like, when you have Mac and Mac, it goes from your phone to your computer.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then I can take it off my phone and feel okay about taking the pictures off my phone. Because
Yes, it's just
Shawnee told me about the Amazon Prime. You can like save your pictures with them in the cloud
oh
for free.
oh
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if we do that in
Bow
Canada here.
tie. Bow tie knows.
Hmm.
They took away
Yeah.
my clickability too when they updated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Frenchy Sandy says, I have 9 green stocks.
Holy wow.
Wow.
You should have been
All
on the
She
show
is
with
serious.
Yeah, you should be like, do you have videos of that on your channel? Mother Earth? That's Mother Earth Garden Club too, is her channel.
Right.
Frenchie
Okay.
Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have to pop over if you've got them on your channel. I want to see that. I've seen other
Mm-hmm.
people do that though who really are limited. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
that's part of tonight, so I don't want to
Yes.
jump
Well,
the gun.
Yes.
it's great because it expands the growing space
Mm.
vertically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love
Mm-hmm.
all the different
Mm-hmm.
vertical growers.
And it can be close to your door. So, it's like,
Right.
I'm just gonna go out and, grab some tomatoes and grab some celery, grab the lettuce, it's all
Mm-hmm.
right there
Right.
for you. It's like I have to think about it. It's like, oh, should I go out and pick the zucchinis because they were this big and it's been 3 days. And so if I don't go out, it's going to be this big.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Mm-hmm.
what Shawnee's intending to do this year with hers, is
Mm-hmm.
have them right out on the deck at home rather than over at the garden property so that
Mm-hmm.
she can
Yeah.
have, the
Yeah.
quick things for the kitchen, the herbs and so forth.
-14.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Where is she,
Mm-hmm.
by the way?
Yeah,
She's
far
Oh,
pretty.
away.
yeah. She, on Saturday evenings, her husband did have to work today. So when he got home, he wasn't feeling the best. So he went and had a, big long sleep. So she has, bed routine and things to do on her own. And then
Okay.
she'll just pop in and catch up with us once she
Mhm.
is finished all that she needs to finish. So, or, it could be that, she just is, gonna go and take care of her husband. So
Wait, what?
anyway,
What am I not subscribed to, Bowtie? What are you starting over there in the side chat? GPC is easier. Carol. Oh yes, I used to have a PC. Yes, they are easier, but they're bulkier. I can't take the bulk right now. Okay, I thought we were still talking about green stalks. I'm like, what? It's strawberries. I'm not subscribed. I'm like, I couldn't make. I was trying to read what they were
so
saying.
So the reason why Sandy has 9 is I'm as old as
Mm,
dirt, and so I need vertical gardens.
that's why I'm trying to raise as much as I can off the
Mm-hmm.
ground from my adaptability life. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it is that thing, and I have been seeing, not so, I guess maybe, I don't know if I've seen it with the gardening, but I've definitely seen a lot of content creators coming out with, you're over 50 and, creating
Mhm.
content, or just what is life like, but,
Right.
that is something, we are all in that category where it's like,
Right.
these is how 50 and 60 and 70-year-old people garden,
Yeah.
nowadays. So,
That was the
um,
point of redoing my garden, actually.
mhm,
Was doing
yeah,
more elevated elements and vertical elements in them, but also too getting my fruit trees in the ground because they're vertical too.
I
right.
totally did not regret one penny I spent on those stone beds. I mean,
Mhm.
they're beautiful. They match my patio and so forth. So I mean, it makes resale on the house better. Blah blah blah. But it was for me to grow old with,
Mm-hmm.
so I could sit on the edge and garden comfortably.
Yes.
It,
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
it was all about me.
Hmm. Yeah, no, and
Okay.
it's good to think in those terms. I think David just has it mixed up. It's not
Yeah.
about BCBs.
Yeah,
It's
no. I
yeah,
have Mother Earth Garden Club, Bow Tie Life. I don't know what you're talking about. I just
and
haven't been over there to see it. That's all. I do.
DCBs is also in the male category. He is not a her.
Yeah, he's not a
So
herd. DCBs is I've watched him walk to his ladies and take care of them and walk his
hmm
property. So,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank you,
aw,
DC. You know, and that's what the community is about, is that we get to learn so much from one another. You know, it's like, you know, well, number one, Greenstock just seems to be a good quality product, no matter, hands down. But you
right.
know, but it's like, do I want to buy these extra things? And it's like you're seeing them firsthand. You go, okay, that actually looks like it's worth investing in, and
Yes.
things like that. So it's good. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Mo. Yeah, she's doing fairly well. You know, we do have some challenges now that we're here, um, and you know, so we're working through those challenges. Oh, anyway, tonight's show, and it's, and you know, and I know you guys are, you know, you guys are my diehard. We hang out with Maureen and, you know, Diva in the Dirt and all the ladies. Is for anyone who's looked at the food prices and thought maybe I should try growing something, even one pot, one plant, one little start can change everything. Which, you know, most of you all know that, and we're here to cheer you on. And so I wanted to have a live, because I was saying to the ladies in my email, I just said, this is the time where we as gardeners really need to be pushing other people, you know, encouraging, I should say, but because it's like we know the benefits of what it means to grow food. We know the benefits of, you know, the the quality, the nutrition, and of course the price, right? Like, you know, it's like,
Right.
yeah, we have to put some money in to invest, but you can also do gardening without a whole lot of investment, right? And so I
Exactly.
do love that aspect of it. So I did kind of come up with some conversation starters. Hey, Big Wheel, good to see you. Thank you for watching UFC. Well, I'm glad you made it in. We're not going to be as exciting as UFC, I'll tell you that one. Hello, Jane Potter. Good to see you as well. You know, we're not going to, you know, take some cuffs off and, you know,
Right.
no, well, no, it is going to be exciting because we're going to be talking about what many of us are really passionate about gardening.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
so even in this, if, you know, to encourage, you know, your neighbors and stuff like that, you know, it's like, I sell, so people just come in and eat, but it's like, or buy and to eat vegetables and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, what are our methods to kind of encourage people? Because if you, I can honestly tell you, because my sister and my mom, both avid gardeners. My mom, she'd be out, you know, as the dawn started, and she'd do her slug patrol, and then until there's almost no light, she would be doing slug patrol.
Wow.
And it would be all day, you know, stop for break, you know, have a bite to eat, back out. She just loved gardening, and she would, you know, when I was stressed out as a young mom, or, you know, even as a, you know, whatever phase of my life, you should garden. And it was like, Mom, I loathe gardening. I can't do it. You know, I would go and buy petunias and put them out in the front of my house because there was this, you know, concrete bed.
Hmm.
And, you know, I wasn't feeding them, wasn't watering them consistently. So the side that was in the shade, those would be all big. The side that wasn't, those would all die, you know, and it just, you know, didn't look good. You know, and I just went, oh, I don't have a green thumb. I don't like the spiders. If I was working in the
Yeah.
soil, you know how you know, your fingertips and stuff can get kind of sandpapery, and it was like I hated anything to do with gardening and did not feel like that I could do it. We did have a garden in our first home, my husband and I, but then I would bring in the lettuce or some Swiss chard and wash it, you know, wash it thoroughly, cook it up, bring it to the table, serve it out, and there would be these weird green webby spiders. Like you go, I've washed it, I've
Yeah, I don't
salted it,
know.
I've done it, and you go, not eating it, not. And I don't have an aversion to, like, I don't like spiders, but it doesn't freak me out like it used to, right?
Right.
And so it's like, you give them a zucchini, Maureen. And so it's, what do we, how do we kind of encourage people? Because this is the perfect time. We don't
Right.
want them to be in July and going, it's costing $9 for one head of romaine. And you go, well, in the spring, if you would have started, or your tomatoes, those of course take longer. But it's like, if you would have started, you would actually have semi-free. Some people challenge me when I go, what I'm growing is free to me. And that's as far as I'm
Yes.
concerned. It's like, well, no, it's you have all this work and you put money. No, that's free to me because I get abundance for, the price pointing is cheap. So, but so our first aspect or first conversation starter is, you don't need a garden to grow food. So anybody can chime in and chat about that. Why don't you need a garden to chime in? I mean, to chime in to grow food, because you don't.
So I have like shepherd's hook, fancy shepherd hooks or whatever that I
Mhm.
put 6 flower pots on, hanging flower pots.
Mhm.
And I often just get the cheapo ones at the big box store when they're on sale for $5 or $6 a piece. And I always save those plastic hanger pots to use
Yes.
again myself and fill
Yep.
with my
Yes.
flowers.
Yep.
Well, one year I decided to do lettuce in all of them to start
Mhm.
the season.
Mhm.
I got them started early, end of April, cut and come again. Some of them were like red lettuce, like a red sales lettuce, or the freckly ones like the Marvel of Four Season or something.
Mhm.
So it was really colorful, and it just,
Mhm.
I mean, it grew very, very well. And I picked it carefully so they still stayed fun and looked good. And they kept going and feeding us through about the middle of June when they petered out.
Mhm.
At that
Mhm.
point, the starts of flowers that I had ready, went in to replace them.
Mhm.
But if you had hangers,
Mhm.
you know, for someone who has, a limited space or a balcony to grow off of, it works perfectly. And
Mhm.
I mean, it kept Al and I fed, plus my neighbors, because 3 pots was a lot of lettuce.
Mhm.
Yes,
I mean, no,
indeed.
6 pots.
Right.
Wow. Mhm.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done.
I agree.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh
Mhm.
no.
I actually will. Well, for me, um, I've been growing my lettuce in a pot. Like, I'll take 3 or 4 romaines, put them all in there so that we have that cut and come again. And they're on my patio here, and this is what is this side here of my house? This is the north side. So it is a cooler area, but it's still going to get hot. But what I've done is, when I plant my tomatoes out in the hotter part, I plant the
Right.
lettuce in behind it. And I can have lettuce even past once we're getting into the heat, because the tomatoes are keeping them cool, right? Now that's going above and beyond, but just simple in a pot is just wonderful. Hmm.
Mm.
What do you
Um,
think?
I'm trying to. I was just watching the side chat, and listening to you. For me, I'm trying to think what I first see. I first started, I think, in the garden. So I have grown things in pots, um, but as a like tropical grower, it's kind of different.
Yes, it is.
It is different. But you can start with like grow bags of all things down here, because people tend to overwater things and they can be very forgiving. The only thing is you do want to start with something that can catch that extra water, because we can
Hmm.
have a day where the heat will just hit everything and it'll suck it dry.
Yeah.
Or you could overwater and it's overcast and you will have mildews if you're trying to do seeds. I would say I started with like the easiest thing I started with was the lettuces, like you guys are saying,
Hmm.
and the bad word vegetable we're not allowed to mention that starts with an R. Um, I grew
Radishes.
those. Yeah, yeah, grew some radishes and some lettuce. And I will say, growing it yourself, you learn that because they're not trucked to you, the mustards in that mescaline mix and the radishes are way hotter in
Yes.
person, getting them
Yes.
directly out of the garden rather than,
Yes.
okay, it's coming from, California or Mexico and we're getting it here in
Hmm.
Florida. It's had time to
Hmm.
mellow out. No, not straight out of my garden, but I'm also learning too, sometimes that can be nutrition and the soil
Hmm.
too that can make it really hot with the radishes. But yeah, those things I started with, I think they're kind of easy, and for us now is the time to grow those things. If you start in spring, like when everybody up north is starting, it's kind of too late. The
Hmm.
radishes will bolt, your lettuce will melt.
Yeah.
And really perennials are kind of the thing you want to
Right.
start with, and it'll make you feel like you're doing something more,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
annuals can really make you feel bad down here. I will say the simplest thing I did do, and I still do it, is the scallions, like the green onions. I will heat
Hmm.
them in a little bit of water, like the tiniest bit, so they don't rot on your counter, because that's disgusting. And I
Hmm.
let the greens grow, and then I
Yeah.
just chop them. You chop off the very tip because it gets brown, and then you just
Yeah.
chop them with some scissors into
I know
your whatever
it's
you're
brilliant.
making. Yeah,
It's
super
brilliant.
simple.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you that might be here in the replay, we all live in three very different zones and climates. Now I'm
Yeah,
close to Carol's zone,
yeah.
but by zoning about what we can grow and how long our
Mhm.
growing season is. But I do not live in the, on the edge of Hades, like she
Yeah,
does in Florida,
exactly.
right? So
Right.
I'm not there,
Zone Hades.
and actually that was a funny thing with Muddy Puddles Farm. She's
Hmm.
where she's is it's a 10 AB.
No way. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Oh
it's
my
temperate
gosh.
because she's so close to the ocean.
ocean. So
Oh,
she's more
okay.
like me,
Yeah,
but it's like, but her growing season is
longer.
really
It's
extended. Yeah, and
extended.
she says, yeah,
Okay.
lots of wind, lots of moisture, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Crazy Life
It's
Homestead
cooler
says,
though too, like over there. She doesn't have
I I
the
don't know.
UV index like we do. I
Right.
don't think they do. Weird.
I don't I don't know. I just,
I know. I need to know
how
these things.
you, Carol, you think that Alaska is just like around the corner.
Yes,
For
you're the
me,
igloos.
yeah, we're really close
You're
to
the igloos.
Alaska. I also look at, anything to do in England, I just go, it's always cloudy. And
Yeah.
then when I think of Eastern Europe, it's always cold and snowy because of growing up watching,
Mm,
1940 reels of what was going on and stuff like that. It's like it's always cold. They have no sun. So that
yeah.
my mind still thinks that, even though when
Hmm.
I was in England, it was like, oh, oh,
I'm
this,
just thinking equator wise, like I'm in the
yeah,
southern hemisphere and she's
yes.
nowhere near it. Like what's
Hmm.
her UV index and heat like in
Yes.
that 10A, 10B is what I'm curious
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It depends on the year, but often
Okay.
Hmm.
it's more like Maureen. You know
Yeah,
how,
I would think it would be closer to Marine's
Yes, yeah,
zone than mine because
yeah.
of
yeah.
location in the
Hmm.
hemispheres.
Hmm.
So now I'm
Oh,
really curious.
congratulations, Big Wheel. That is
Yay!
oh, here, just wait. Let me get my real applause. I know it takes me forever to go get it.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you celebrate. That is worth celebrating. When you cross over that line, woo, it feels good. That's awesome. So I'm glad everybody's also giving some big congratulations to Big Wheel.
Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
Robin, what zone are you in again? You're in like,
I'm 5B.
yeah, it's you're like half my zone.
Hmm.
I'm 10B. She's 5B. I'm 5B, and I grow all kinds of things. And Carol can't seem to grow anything except for bananas. Because everything
Yeah.
burns down where she is in zone Hades.
Yeah. So yeah, I am in the warmest part of Canada,
Yeah.
and it is like it
Indeed.
is temperate, and we're over the last year and stuff like it was like, okay, we're thinking of moving to Alberta, and so it was like, okay, let's start looking, and I go,
Mhm.
okay, let's look at the grow zones, and it's 3 and 4, the
No.
whole province, three, and you go, how do I go from 9B to 3 or 4. Like
And
there's no, like I'd go to a 7. Like, okay, 7, I can deal
Right.
with you. But no,
it's gotta
go
be
back to
that.
full on snow and cold.
Oh, that's
And
a
a
lot.
very short growing season.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And an older body in those temps.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Yes. Yeah,
Ugh.
not the best. Not the
Mm-mm.
best. Mind you, it's really damp here, so it's not the best for me either here.
Oh,
But
yeah.
and that's so.
Boy,
I'm spoiled.
spoiled.
Mhm. Well, you know what?
Mhm.
I know y'all learned a whole lot because y'all think I'm from Canada and I'm right next to Alaska, so it's gonna be ding dang cold here. But apparently you go, oh no, we see that, she grows
Right.
tropical things too, And so it's like, not as great as Carol's, but so
Oh my,
anyway.
I'm not great. I'm just hot. And the UV index is pretty
Yeah,
wicked.
so when you are looking at you don't need a garden. You can grow off a balcony, windowsills, patios, you can grow in buckets. I still do all of that. I have
Mhm.
the raised beds, but I also grow in pots. I love growing in pots because they're movable.
Right.
um and I'm always an avid person to say, if you're going to grow something, grow lettuce. Just grow yourself 3 lettuces, and that's going to feed you for quite some time over the period of whatever many months, and depending on if you can keep it cool. So anyway, best crops for nervous beginners. And the only reason why I say no radishes is because I can't grow radishes, but you can say radishes. Because it's like people go, radishes are easy. They'll grow in good soil, bad soil, any soil. They'll grow without soil, and it's like, not for the diva. No, no radish. So
Oh my gosh.
ladies, what would you say to a new grower that you want to encourage them? You want them to actually, move forward really, really
Right.
well and have some success. What would you tell them?
Well, I would send them to the big box store or the nursery and say, try plug plants
Mhm.
Yes, 100%.
because seeds are harder. I'm not gonna say don't do seeds. I'd say do both.
Right.
Yes.
But get yourself some cherry tomato, um, and maybe a pepper,
Right.
Mhm,
and get a package of beets if you like them, and definitely green beans because everybody likes green beans.
mhm.
Because bush beans are very easy
Yeah.
Yes.
and
And
hard
they
to
keep
screw up.
coming. Mhm.
Mhm.
Come again.
And I hesitate to say it, but zucchini are really an easy plant. But if
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
have the squash vine borer, you could
Oh, okay.
be heartbroken.
Yeah.
But, depending on your situation, the zucchini, because that's probably the easiest squash and
Right.
fastest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they grow pretty quick. And again, you can grow a zucchini in a pot.
Or just get all plug plants the first time around.
Right.
100%. 100%.
It's it it's expensive, but it's not, because if you started some of those inside, like your peppers and your tomatoes, you've got the cost of grow lights and soil and all of that.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know,
my mom never did grow lights. My mom, every part, any place that she had a windowsill, she would have her little pots all on the windowsills, and never
Mm.
did grow lights. My mother never buys some soil, but she'll use old plant soil. That's what she uses to plant her seedlings in. But I'm 100% with you, because my first year to grow was with starts, and like it's like $2 for a 6 cell, and there might be extras in there of
mhm,
lettuce. So $2, $2 for my 6 cell of cabbage. I did cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. I was pulling out cabbages this big. I've never since grown a cabbage that big as I did with what I bought with the plant ones.
Mm.
you start once you start gardening, you pay more attention to who has what too, because there's a grocery store here in town
Mhm.
that has plug plants in the spring, and you can get 4 tomatoes usually for $2. So 50 cents a piece. They're about this big. They're
Right.
not these huge.
Ooh-wee.
um,
Got it?
plants, but
Mhm.
they'll catch up fast.
Yeah.
They will catch
Yeah.
up fast.
Yeah. I agree.
For our zone, I'm going to tell them first of all, don't follow the people on YouTube unless they are in your zone.
That has to be a
Speaking-
disclaimer. You
speaking from
are
experience.
not part
Yep.
of you are not
Yep.
part
You're-
of everybody else. You are in a
Yes.
different. You live on a different planet. You grow from in a
You're
different
in
planet.
South Florida. This is
Yeah.
specific to South Florida, not Central, not North, because they can
No.
kind of get away with a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're in South Florida, I would say if you want easy, you go for chaya, which is Mexican spinach. You basically cut a stick it in soil, and it sprouts the leaves for you. It's one of the easiest plants to grow in a pot.
Wow.
You can grow them in a pot.
Wow.
Start with a small mulberry tree, like that we were talking about that last night, dwarf mulberries. They want to grow no matter what. They want to grow. So you could start with that. This is not annuals. This is like my specific
Mhm.
area.
Mm.
If you're going to do tomatoes, you start with an Everglades tomato in a
Mhm.
pretty large pot because they get bushy. You only need a couple and it's the whole thing's filled up. It's an indeterminate, very, very small, but very tasty tomato. They're kind of the
Mhm.
size of, if you look at like currant tomatoes, they're a little bit larger than a currant tomato or close to it. Just very small tomato, but full of flavor.
Mm.
I'm trying to think what else I start with. I did start with radishes when I went into the ground. That was the
Mhm.
radishes and the lettuces were ground ones, but
Mhm.
mulberries, I say mulberries, chaya, and try moringa in a pot. Those
Mhm.
things really want to grow in this climate. And if you want something like you can chop up and put in dinner right away, one of the fast growing things during warm season here, or two things. One you can harvest right away. The other one you have to wait a long time for. One is the yard long beans. You have to have a
Mhm.
vertical for that because they are a pole bean, but they
Mhm.
go crazy here in our climate. And then the other thing is if you do have access to outside where you could at least put like a kiddie pool size, it has to be wide and you need, some depth. Just put a sweet potato in and then just keep winding it back inside, winding it back inside, winding it back inside. And then you can check. And I just let it go. I'll let it go almost all year until, you see the sweet potato greens start to look like kind of sad and not looking so
Mhm.
well. And not
Mhm.
because you're not watering it, but because it's just done. And then you
Mm.
can dig up your sweet potatoes. But those kind of things, and also do put holes in the pool, please. It's got to drain that, yeah, or they'll melt in there. But
Yeah.
those are some of the things you can grow here. I also have yams, but
Yeah.
sadly they're not allowed anymore because they are so crazy down here. They get very invasive.
Okay.
So I don't have to plant them anymore. They stay in their
No.
one spot and they keep
Yeah.
replanting.
Re-
But I
reproducing.
can't say, hey, go plant that.
Right. Yeah. You don't encourage it. So
No.
just gonna say a quick hello to GT Junior Grows at Elastic, listening while giving chicken care. We hope that your chicken care is caring kindly for your chicken and not because there's something
Oh,
something not good. I don't know how to actually say that. So, and did I miss somebody else here that just
the
maybe came
purple
in?
somethings. What's DC trying? I discovered a dark tomato and have never gone back. They are my favorite. The purple somethings. It's a dark red flesh inside. Is that
Uh,
the one that you like, Robin? That's that combo one? The tomato that's
It's not really purple inside.
purple something. I think purple something is in the name, so maybe it's a offshoot. It's a dark red flesh inside.
Okay, it could be the Cherokee purple then.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be that one.
Purple heart dwarf also. But there's a lot of them.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing down here too is if we get warm, you don't put any of the larger tomatoes in the ground here down this far south
okay. Wow.
because
Okay.
our hornworm population is quite large. The
Yeah.
moths, the hawk moths, we have all the sizes in the world down here, and yeah, you're creating a hornworm buffet once it gets
Mhm.
to we call it little summer, which is spring here.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's like lettuce, cherry, tomatoes, cucumbers, green onions, herbs are also really good.
Yes, green
And to encourage people to grow things that do look after themselves quickly, because it's like then they get that instant dopamine hit. It's like, look, I've grown this and eat it, it's so delicious. And it's like, look at my neighbors, you should look at this too, it's all so delicious. I did not.
Yeah, and if you have room for uppotting, that's like the chia and the mulberries down here. They want to grow so bad. People be like, what is that? It's going crazy. The unfortunate thing is you have to definitely boil the chia because it has that cyanide, I think it is, that's in it. I think that's the right chemical that you have to boil out for 20 minutes, but it's still highly nutritious, super dark green. And some people even powder it and use it that way, like in their smoothies, and we'll put it in their smoothies.
Right. So along with that, and it's kind of, these are all kind of joined together. So growing food when groceries are expensive. And I do have my one story that I tell to people. It was because we're going to have chicken Caesar salads as a family. And so I need 3 heads of romaine, and sent my kids out. And at one of our they do a lot of local produce. It was wilty and they were $7 each. And I need 3. So that's $21 in lettuce to feed my family. And that was right. I went, bing bong. Okay. I will do pots of lettuce. I will do extra lettuce. I will just do lettuce because we do eat a lot of Caesar salad. So that was one of my things. It's like, when you do see some of these things that foods, vegetables and fruits that you really love, and you go, I can't afford that, so this is of course a great alternative. So
Definitely.
Right. Bochai's saying he's only seen one. I'm like, yeah, you're nowhere near me though. Like, I'm the total tropics down here. I'm down near the Everglades. Like, I can just drive out to the Everglades, be there not even in a half an hour, go west.
So Maureen, did you see the picture I sent to your email?
Oh, it's to my email. Okay. Let me just, that was where my next thing was to go and look, because I was like, I'm not seeing it down below here.
The farmer one.
I'm just, so far nothing's coming in, just the fact that, hey, send the link. Did I not send the link in the first email?
No, just the question.
I sent it a little earlier today.
Oh, okay, that would help me, now wouldn't it?
We also have down here what they're called, I think, army worms.
Oh,
they're
boy.
that lovely like stripe.
Yeah,
the stripes. That's what took out another one of my big boy tomatoes. I was like, oh, it's perfect. Let me pluck it. The other side, perfect little hole.
I didn't get a photo, darling. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
I am gonna go look, and I'll go look in the junk just in case if it was like, oh, why would you end up there?
I'm a spam.
You are such spam. I'll just put you in the inbox. So good thing I checked there, because it was like, yeah. Oh, well, how do I love this? I do love this. I think because I just want it to be nice and big. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. So I sent Maureen a little diagram that I made earlier today, because if you can see, I don't have a sling on.
Yay.
A little bit of use of my right hand now on the keyboard.
Oh, wonderful.
And what I designed was a 3-foot by 5-foot sort of beginner bed, or what I would suggest to a beginner. If I were going to, like tutor someone to do it.
Yeah.
That
looks great. I'm just going to drag it over from my other computer. I got to bring you guys back. Hang on. If I grab here. There's my anchor.
Hey, David.
And I'll make David Core with the crow. Welcome.
Very cute.
And Storm showed up. Hey, Storm.
Storms.
Yeah, I was answering Big Will.
And
Thankfully, I have
yes,
not seen the Neutrina or Nutria. I mean, I haven't seen them. Grateful that I haven't.
there we go. So this
Okay.
is what
Oh
Robin
yeah.
created for us.
So
Love it.
my my thought was 3x5 was enough of a garden without, big enough but not biting off more than a beginner could chew on. And so going across the top from left to right, I've got a large tomato and 2 cherries. And the reason I kind of emphasize cherries is they're easier for beginners. And then
Mm-hmm.
chard,
Right.
and then some regular beets and golden beets. And I kind of put a mix of them in there because not everybody likes those punchy, earthy red ones. They'd
Right.
rather have the more delicate flavor of the golden.
Mhm.
And then in the second row down, those are bunches of green onions. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I like to grow them, is in like a bunch,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because you can either harvest 1 or 2 or the whole clump. And the next one is romaine, 4 romaine.
Mm-hmm.
And then each of the next 2 squares are carrots.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 in each square. So these are, like square foot gardening, 12, 12 inches by 12 inches. And then the last square is potatoes because, while they're not the easiest, they're fun
Mm-hmm.
to give it a go. And it's like a treasure hunt at the end of the season to see if
Mm-hmm.
you grew and how much you grew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom one are 2 kinds of bush beans, and I've got 9 of them in there because they like to hold, they like to hold hands. They're
Oh,
fine
Yeah.
being crowded. And I went with a purple bush bean, like a purple majesty, and a wax bean, like like
Mm-hmm.
a top notch or something, simply because when you're a beginner, it's hard to get in that rhythm of you've got to pick it all the time to keep
Mm-hmm.
them producing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get the colored ones, the purple ones and the white or the yellow wax beans, you can see
Mm-hmm.
them better, so you can keep them picked so they'll keep producing.
Right. That's really good. Great point.
And
mhm.
then the next one are 4 different herbs. I put
Mm-hmm.
cilantro, dill, parsley, and thyme because they're all pretty easy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I suggest getting plug plants for those simply because it's easier for your first go round.
Yeah.
And then a couple of peppers in the next square. And again,
Mm-hmm.
they like to hold hands, so you can put peppers quite close together and they're happy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then there's one more potato at the end. So
Yeah.
this is what I thought would be a good beginner garden. It's most
Yes.
easy stuff, but then something that's, a little bit next level.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you gotta kill a few plants before you get good at this, right?
Yes. Yes,
Right.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. And
Yeah,
good
that
on
was
your
perfect.
drawing.
Yeah,
That
I
was
love
great
that.
drawing. You did very, very good. And I like that because it's like you can see with all of those, fresh vegetables, there's a lot of money that you just saved there. It's like it would be great to go through someone to document that over a season to go, here's how much, we grew and here's how much we saved, with doing something like that. It's just amazing. So I agree. And I do love radishes. I know Mo, she said she can grow them, but she doesn't like them. I love them roasted or even sauteed, like, just sauteing
Mhm.
them in some garlic and butter and a little bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
It just becomes so delicious. Um,
Mhm.
and again, that thing about the taste, it is when you're picking something and you're eating it fresh, like it's got all the nutrients. It's so much more healthy for you. Things are being, they're being grown over, in some other country, then they're flown over to another country, then they're brought, it could
Right.
be weeks, and there's so much that they put on them to keep them somewhat fresh for us.
Right.
So
And so
it's
many
not so.
hands that they go through. It's so much nicer when it's just your hands. It's just your
Hmm.
hands. Nobody
Yep.
else's hands is touching your food. Yeah,
Exactly.
I like
Yeah.
that idea of just
Yeah.
my hands touch my food. I'm a purist too with my rashes, so it makes it even. I do not roast them. I've roasted them. I've tried it. I'm not a fan. I like raw
Mm.
radishes with just salt. And this is gonna
Hmm.
sound. This is the whole hands thing. I will put my salt right in my hand after my
Hmm.
little boop boop dip dip yum yum. That's
Yep.
my radish routine.
Hmm.
Or slice them in
Absolutely.
a salad, but I'm like more of a raw.
Yeah. No, I love them raw. I love them when they're hot and raw. Salt on them, same way.
Yeah,
Dip them on my hand. I
right.
know the French. I don't know if they must roast them first, and they eat them with butter.
Oh yeah, I've
So.
seen Martha Stewart show me that the first time. I was like,
Yeah.
people roast
I like
those?
I haven't met a radish I don't like.
Mm.
Hmm.
I love the big radishes, but they're really hard to get the right timing so they won't bolt before they,
Hmm.
really
Yeah.
form a good, like the watermelon radishes. I love them,
Yeah.
but I haven't figured
Yeah.
out just the right time to put them in down here.
They only work
Hmm.
for me if I put them in like the beginning of August and then let 'em
Okay.
run into the fall so they're starting in the warm and going
Going into the
through
cold.
they
When
don't
do
Hmm.
do
you
the other way around
when
going
do
in.
you
Yeah.
harvest them at the end of your fall before winter?
They're like a 60-day
Yeah, they're long,
radish. So
right.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's good to know.
I I have had some success with growing radishes, but it's a weird thing because it's like last year. What I did is I just put a thin layer of store-bought soil down, put the radishes all in, and then I cover them with a coffee sack.
Mm,
And then once they've come up, and I do that partially just so that the chickens don't take them. And then once
right.
they come up, then I actually just come in. I give them a little bit of a push in so that they have the loose soil to bolt or to bulb in, and then also it seems to be that's what makes mine work. I can't just put a radish seed in the ground and it will bulb and be beautiful. It's just no, we do
Well,
not.
Nope.
No.
it's
So,
it's
uh,
okay, Maureen. I suck at marigolds. And like my friend Audrey in Detroit says, I can grow a marigold on a brick. And I'm like, well, I can't.
Yeah.
You do, Robin. I'm like, yeah, but like I put 4 times the amount of seed in so that I get, a marigold. So we all have our thing that should
yep,
be.
absolutely, absolutely. So mistakes we've made, so beginners don't have to. Let's talk about that.
Mm.
Mm,
I already mentioned it before. Could I go first?
sure.
Yes, you can.
I didn't know anything about zones and planting zones, and I didn't know that people had different conditions than I did when I went to plant my garden. And I planted with people in Arkansas, which was like roots and refuge. And even though they're not that far away from me, their planting times are totally different than mine. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, everything kind of bolted fried and looked really sad. And same
Yeah.
thing with before that, before I had YouTube or anything, I tried to do a victory garden, same thing. Asked
Mm-hmm.
dad when they used to put in everything, and he gave me the New York Times, and that's when I put things in. And my tomato plants were doing great until they weren't, because it was too hot. And our sun came out and the bugs came out. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was really, really bad. But yeah, I would say know your zone that you're working
Yes.
in. Also know your
Yeah.
sun, like observe before you go planting. Observe what your
Yes, that's
sun is
right. That's
doing
right.
in your space in the back. And some of us down here, like deep, south in South Florida, you might even want to invest in some shade cloth, because the peppers will love the heat. The tomatoes will want to get out of it, but they can still kind of grow together for quite a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Mm-hmm.
my learning experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number one, know your zone and pay
Yeah.
attention to where your sun is. Those are two really crucial things. And
Hmm.
um, the zone is it's really important because it's like you'll know, oh, you can't, you go, I'm a zone 2. I'm going to try to grow watermelons. Mm-mm. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Pretty much.
Unless you got a really good greenhouse,
Right.
it's and and the time and patience and the knowledge. But if you're just starting out, yeah, you probably can. I do know that they grow, they grow tropical things and
Mm-hmm.
warm
Oh,
plants
yeah.
in other places. So anything
Yep.
you want to share there, Robin?
Yeah, I'd say fertilizing. The
Mm.
temptation is, oh, well, it says this much, but if I give it more, that's better, right?
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
So follow the instructions for fertilization, and if you're going to err on the side of caution, less.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other thing is watering.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Both ways, you got to learn overwatering and underwatering,
Mhm.
and you learn your plants. Like
Mm-hmm.
celery, will say, "Well, thank you for watering me, Robin. Hey, now could you give me a drink?" They just like endless amounts of water.
Mm-hmm.
But other plants, you can't do that to. So
Mhm.
you kind of
Yeah.
learn your plants, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Excellent.
didn't know that about that, to go back to what you're saying with the, fertilizing. First time I planted something as a gift to my dad and my mom, I planted Mexican heather, which is very easy to grow down here. You don't have to really do much. You can buy it at the store, put it in the ground. They're usually fine.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? I saw Dad had Peter's 10-10-10, and it was powder. And I thought, yeah, let me put a little bit of that in the hole before planting. I put the plants in, they were fine for like a week, and all of a sudden, brown died
Mm-hmm.
because they burnt to death because of the Peters stuff. And
Wow.
my
Yeah.
dad's like, what happened? I've never seen plants from, the box store go out that
Mm-hmm.
fast. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, did you do anything different? And I'm like, I
Yeah.
used some of your fertilizer, Dad. And I told him what I did. He's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. But
I was
as we said earlier, it's like
Yeah.
if you haven't killed something, you're not really gardening, right?
Yep. I'm not really trying.
Yeah.
True.
And that is a thing with the overwatering, underwatering. There is some aspects in there that you have to watch, but definitely watch what you're feeding.
Right.
And talk to your local nursery. It's like, what I've got this. What do
Yeah.
I feed it? What's a general, food that I can give to my plants. And I love using just my poo-poo teas. That's the best thing for me and my plants. So I do want to just thank those that are on hashtag team replay for watching later and leaving comments. And if you do leave a comment, please put hashtag team replay. So that all kind of collects together. And we're so grateful that you're part of this growing community. Really, really do appreciate the time that you take. And it's like, I know Jo with Muddy Puddles Farm, she goes, you're on at 3:00 in the morning for me, Maureen. I'm not, but it's like,
Yeah.
by the time I get up, she would have come and watched and left a comment and that. So to all my little UK friends over there, hello to you, because it's awfully late
Yes.
or awfully early. So the next topic to talk about is starting small without feeling overwhelmed. Again, I think back to what you had said, Robin, was about buying vegetable starts, buying plant plugs is really, really good because you want to come out of the gate and have success. So anything else you ladies want to add?
Well, absolutely. Plug plants for sure. I mean, I still buy plug plants, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already on my list. I'm going to buy a stevia and a lemon verbena. I am not going to try to grow those from seed.
Right.
I've got plenty of other things that I, need to deal with. And try something that might be a little bit harder, like the potatoes. Get a couple of grow bags, put a couple, 2, 3 seed potatoes in there and give it a go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Night bow tie.
I think
Good night, David.
you'll build your confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
This was a question. Have you ever tried soaking your seeds before planting? Some of them I do.
Yeah.
Um,
I have to with
Nice.
nasturtiums. I'm don't like to try and.
yeah,
I don't like that. Like
yeah,
I've
I
killed
take a
them
little
that way.
I take a little sandpaper and do a little yeah. So yeah, that
I soak them.
that does make sense. But now I just lost my little train of thought where I was going.
We were talking about plugs. She was talking about which
Mhm.
one she's getting.
You're right. Yeah, you said thank you, Carol, for that.
Mhm.
You're doing the stevia. You're doing the lemon verbena. Um, for
Which,
me, if I can't get something to start by seed, then I go and I'll go and get it because
yeah.
you just go, okay, time is ticking, and it's like, so I am really hoping that the dill that you sent me, Robin, that I'm going to be able to get that and
You
have
will.
big bouquets of dill. But
Right.
Magic
just,
seeds.
yeah, so just when do I need to put them in? That's what I need to know.
Right.
Well,
Right.
for you, you can probably get them in April, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They don't
Mhm.
mind a little bit of chill, just not a frost.
Yeah. Chances of a frost in April is really slim here, even though our last official frost date is about April 18th. But
Mhm.
Mhm.
I can in March I can be putting in any of the brassicas.
Right.
I think the other thing is too, YouTube, oh, like right now,
Mhm.
I mean, I am long in the tooth in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I get on there and I'm like, oh my God, I should have had that started.
Mm.
No, Robin, you shouldn't. Go look in your,
Right.
you don't
Yeah.
see that yet.
It's okay. It doesn't do it to just
YouTube will kind of get you fired up like
Yes.
you're
Yes.
inadequate or you're behind.
Yes.
No.
That's even with other Florida channels. A lot of them aren't way down south where I am, and they'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can plant this month." I'm like,
No.
"No, I can't do that." Or they'll say, "Here's the easier ones to plant." I'm like, "Not here. We have all the
Yeah.
things that need that." So
Yeah.
yeah, you have
I
to.
hear you.
It's
Yeah, when I
experience.
first started, that was one of my biggest issues was, I would see Broke Farmer and he's, planting something and it was like, I gotta go plant. No, you don't. You just simmer down, especially when you are seeing those gardeners from uh, farther down. It's like,
Right.
no, simmer down, know what you know, and or even just use, like, I've never tried using the Farmer's Almanac.
Uh huh.
When I first started, I was using I have it here. Oh yeah, the Clyde's garden planner. I
Oh
loved
yeah.
this.
That's supposed
It's
to be
it's
excellent.
simple. Yeah.
It's. I'm
And
not
it's like
on
find my
that.
grow zone. Hmm?
I'm not
Oh,
on
you're
it.
not on that. No. No, you are not on that.
I
You
kept
know,
moving it. I'm like, I'm not even
you don't
here.
exist.
I don't
No,
exist.
you don't exist on it. And it was really great,
Right.
just to see some of the basics of when to plant, like whether it's indoors, because it'll say so indoors, or our FP is first outdoor planting dates, of when I can go outside. I love this little thing. I even bought a bunch because I wanted to use them as giveaways,
Yeah.
for people to encourage them to grow. So.
I don't
Mhm.
know if I sent you mine too, because I didn't know that. Because I think I was like, I can't use this. I might as well send it to
I'll send it to Diva.
Eva
She can
might be
have
able
it.
to do something with it. She can do it a giveaway
Uh-huh.
or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think I interrupted you, Robin.
Mm.
You think you were talking and
No, basically I didn't really have too much more to add.
okay. Hmm. All right, and we're coming into our now where it's like why growing even one plant changes you.
Mm. Give me 1 second. Sounds like somebody's right out in front of my house.
Okay. Well, for me, it's my happy place.
Mhm.
If something isn't going right in your life for whatever reason, and you just need a dopamine hit or a little upper, I just walk out into my happy place, and for a little while, everything's better. It's probably not gonna solve the thing that's, happening, but it's gonna make you feel better in the moment. So that's why I enjoy my garden. It's
Yeah.
my hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't personally have any guilt when I spend money on my hobby.
Right.
I mean, I've had lots of expensive hobbies in the past, like, for God's sake, when we golfed, whoo, lordy, could we spend the money to, golf around?
That's right.
Right.
Al, we need to remortgage the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Quick side note on that. One
Uh-huh.
summer, he had hurt his ankle. We used to play volleyball
Mm-hmm.
really, really badly. And
Ooh.
we just couldn't golf that summer. And at the end of the summer, and we were pretty young, and I had like $2,000 to put in savings at the end of the summer. And it's like, that was a little fortune. And I'm like, babe, I got $2,000 to throw into savings. This is cool. What we figured out, well, we weren't golfing every Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, the tee
summer.
up. Yeah, the fees.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty eye-opening. So after that,
Yeah.
we just, we didn't golf as much. But you know what? That was our hobby back then. And we were both working really, really hard, really long hours. So,
Right.
but now I don't have any guilt spending money on my hobby if I
Yeah.
need to. But I got to tell you, I mean, I spent a nice chunk of change on those Birdie's beds this last year. But I'll tell you, with the produce that I produce, I'm more than paid for them already in 1
Yeah.
year. And the
Wow.
labor for the little guys to come help me do it,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. It doesn't take much to figure how much money you're saving on produce.
Yes.
And I still have a ton of stuff canned and in the freezer. I mean, I'm working it down. I think I have like three of my Patterson onions left.
It's like, okay, these are special occasion onions. That's all,
Right. Oh, I got all mine in the ground. I put them all in there, except for a couple that just didn't look like they were going to make it anyway. So, but yep,
Yes.
they're all in
Yeah.
in the beds and in the ground. So we'll
That's
see.
awesome.
Yeah.
I do all the things.
One thing we didn't talk about earlier, sort of backing up, is the price of berries. My goodness, the price of berries.
Right.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
like we went into the freezer and pulled out a package of blackberries.
Right.
So if you're going to save money on one expensive thing in the garden, get yourself some berries going on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to advocate for blackberries because they're easy,
Right.
really hard to mess them up, and they're going to produce for you and produce in buckets quickly.
Yes, that's true. We are coming down. We are winding down. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage.
Hi.
Hi.
Continue.
Kids are done. Hobby done. This is done.
Cuddles,
That's
check,
done.
check, check. It's my time now.
Just
I didn't
the
even
time.
I didn't get to answer the mistakes we made, so new partners don't have to. I didn't even get to do that one, and all I was going to say was, if you go to like what we have down here, which is the Plantapalooza, don't buy everything that you think is nice and is on your list that first time around. Do more research and more observation before you come home with like 10 new plants that you don't know how to take care of at all. Yeah. That will overwhelm you. But that was just, I didn't get to answer that one. And that one was something that I've done in the past. So I don't want another.
Don't buy everything.
Yeah.
Buy what you already eat.
Yes. Buy what you eat and don't overwhelm yourself by grabbing all the nice things at the plant.
Exactly.
places.
And like Now I'm allergic to berries, to
Yeah.
most berries. Well, I'm allergic to most berries, but I even like, I still grow them. But that's the thing is that, so I don't eat berries, so that's not an expense for me. But it's still like, it's still worth it for me to have berries in my
Yeah.
yard for those that do eat them, or
Right.
just, yeah. Anyways,
I,
blah blah blah.
I have to say, when though my bananas, which are berries technically, like we've had that conversation, you and I, before, that it is a sense of pride when you see them, make this rack, and it's like, oh, I didn't kill that. Look, it's producing fruit. Like, as a new gardener, when I first saw that, it definitely made me
Mhm.
feel like, okay, I can go on to another plant. This thing is produced. Same thing with like the mulberry produced. Oh, I can go on to another plant. Then the soursop
Mhm.
produced. Oh, I can go on to another plant. So now I,
Mhm.
started mangoes and jackfruit. So it does give you that confidence to go on to that next thing. I
Mhm.
believe once you
Mhm.
see the fruit of your labor, and really the fruit of your labor,
Yeah.
no pun intended, but so
Total pun intended.
total pun intended, but not.
Mhm.
But yeah,
No, to me, it's fantastic to and when I try to have a meal where everything was grown in the garden except for, the protein. But it's like,
right.
it's like those are potatoes. I grew that Swiss chard. I grew that corn. I grew those beans. I
It's
grew
amazing.
that all the lettuce for the salad. I grew those tomatoes. It's like you just go basically whatever it costs for the protein, that's all it costs for this meal. And it's like,
Yeah,
what a savings. And when I'm feeding, back
right.
when I was feeding, there'd be 7 of us around the table, it felt pretty darn good to go, okay, so this was a $10 meal for 7 people, and it's a big meal of really good nutritious food. It's just
Right.
it's it is that thing, like, Tom Hanks saying, I have made fire,
Yeah.
from from that Castaway movie. Well, I have grown vegetables. Like, you feel like you just want to shout it out there. It's like, I am feeding people, and
Mm,
good food, and that.
yeah.
So and like I think I said in last week's, it's like the failures that I've had, I don't have the same um disappointment in myself. Like, as a
Mhm.
performer, it's like, oh, I always go, you calved on stage there, Maureen. That was really good. Different things that I've done. Um, or you let people down. But with a plant, it's like, oh, sorry, you're dead. That's not so good for you, but you'll be good for compost. And it's like, okay, so you don't get any sun. So let me plant again and put it into sun. Make sure that I'm giving it food. It was freeing for me to not feel the
Mhm.
pressure of life, kind of thing. I do have my other pressures, is like, I have plans, and it's like, okay, yeah, scrap that plan, and we'll
Right.
again eventually get to it. But it's I find that it's been healing and helpful just to my mental health kind of thing. And we've talked about that in past
Mhm.
lives, or you guys have talked about it, and how it
Shawnee
really
did a
helps.
live on it that was
Hmm.
excellent. Your brain on
Hmm.
gardening. And she even like came in at that exact moment. She's like, I know why. Shawnee, do you want to talk about that? Because you didn't get to answer that this last one,
Hmm.
because you had that whole live about your brain on gardening.
The thing that is on my heart to speak about in this context is definitely pointing out there is a domino effect, like Carol said. There is a financial piece of this, just like Robin and Maureen are speaking about. But what I want to remind us is, what is true happiness? When you
Hmm.
villages of people in the world, so in the Himalayas, in the Amazon, they are the happiest people because why? Because they slow down with the earth, putting their
Ooh.
feet in the soil, they're putting their hands and they're smelling and they're looking at the sunshine, and that's what we do when we garden.
Hmm.
They're using the food for their body and they're
Hmm.
sharing it with community and spending time together.
Right.
So that is
Hmm.
another piece of happiness, having connection and meaning. So if that
Hmm.
doesn't sell you on gardening, I mean,
Right. Yeah, that's the blue zones they talk about, like, at
Yes.
least the ones, like Costa Rica and places like that, it's all about living in that, well, speaking from tropical perspective, that tropical
Yeah.
paradise, but also you are not inside online, just, away from the sun. You're getting your vitamin D naturally. You're getting fruit right off the tree there.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
life. Great life.
And a lot of what they say with the blue zones is because it's community. So if you are growing food together,
Right.
and sharing meals, it's like it does bring that longevity and that health within them and that. So
Yeah, definitely.
anyway,
I love that.
we are going to say our goodbyes. Oh my goodness, it's just like
You
what
okay?
has flown in my eye, or not flown, but it's like what is in my eyeball that is just making me want to take a toothbrush and go. Ugh. That's
Oh,
what I
no,
feel. It's
no.
like
I have to
what?
say though, on the keto diet, when you talk about eyes, I don't know what goes into your sweat once you start the keto diet, but it burns like heck in my eyes now when I'm outside because we're not cold. Sorry, guys, but
Mhm,
yeah, when I'm breaking a
mhm.
sweat, it's like, wow, okay, acid. It feels like acid's in my eye. Yeah,
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not in that. I'm not in that zone of
Nope, not
no
yet.
reason to sweat or anything like
Yeah,
that.
I know. Nobody
But
else.
I just also want to just remind everybody, every sub, share, and watch helps me grow this little garden channel towards our goal of 3,000 subs. So thank you for being a part of that journey. I do really appreciate everybody. And of course, Miss Sharon, I would also like to give a big round of applause to her because
Yay.
she just puts up everybody's channel so that if there is somebody new, we can get a hold of them and can find them. And she just does it so effortlessly. I've tried it on when I'm, kind of trying to help with another channel. It's like, how does she do this like so well and whatnot? So I do really appreciate you, Miss Sharon, for always being here. And of course, to Robin Gardens and to Carol from South Florida Sunshine Tropicals and Miss Shonic Rose. Thank you so much
Yay.
for coming in and helping us out. And we will say good night. God bless to you all and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.